It's Nolan. Climbing to the next floor. Them petty niggas tryna extort. They keeping track of me so much they hitting export. The Brahma bullet is rapping equipped with new mechanics. Loot expanding, got the cameras rolling like Dakota Fanning. Fuck no, I be spitting crack and never touch dope. Dough selling this product, I work for Cutco. Took a little break, had to get my chicken straight. Nigga spitting like I'm finna drop a fucking mixtape. Bitch, please, I need all my fees. No apologies, quality mixed with quantity. I'm the hottest breed, Southside ruler. We grew up popping the tuna. Now I'm a connoisseur for popping out your medulla. The godfather of martyr, smarter than I put on to y'all. I've been rapping since niggas was using calling cards. Every wish is my command, listed my demands. Need them by the day, I get your ass beat with pots and pans. Working like an immigrant, funky like the chicken plant. About to do this tiny desk, I'm dodging all the single fans. People on the gram still talking, I don't give a damn. Dusty niggas stay in your circle, I call them ceiling fans. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Now, in this particular video, we're going to be taking a little break from the Drake and Kendrick Lamar topics. We'll get to some more of that stuff, man. But, you know, after a nice serving of like 2 weeks, my mind starts being like, all right, what else is out there? You know what I mean? We'll still touch on the topics, but I'll be wanting to see what else is worth speaking on. You know what I mean? So in the last couple of days, LL Cool J has a new interview that came out in which he declared himself as the most important rapper ever. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately for him, he's been met with a little bit of resistance from the new generation, I guess. I do see people that were around from the 80s, 90s, that have a little bit of hip hop history that are backing him up. I'm one of those people that are backing him up, by the way. LL Cool J has been a pillar in this game. He is the first Def Jam launched on his back. He's not the first rapper, but Def Jam was launched on his back. And we had so many other legends that came through that lineage. Had he not been able to, you know, launch them into success and really kick in the door and break down the barriers for what hip hop could look like from a black label in the 80s, we may not have seen where hip hop goes from there moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Especially not from the vantage point of a company from us. Now, understand that Def Jam was not just black, but it was primarily. And LL Cool J gave them validity. He gave them a very certified stamp to say, okay, the next people that were coming up under him that were influenced wanted to be a part of that because he was that nigga. He was the coolest. He was Diesel, you know what I'm saying? So he was the strongest nigga, damn near looking like. The women loved him. He had the look. He had the fucking Kango hats. He had the fucking Cuban link. When you think of hip hop, somebody say dress up like 80s day. If you coming from the hip hop perspective, you're either gonna look like Run DMC or motherfucking LL Cool J, Rakim, or Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? One of those archetypes. You could even dress like Kid and Play. Your ass really gonna be looking like Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of those guys. And again, with the Kango, the fucking tracksuit, niggas inadvertently still look like that today. You feel me? But I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this video of LL putting his bid in, saying how he feels straight from the hip to where you ain't gotta hear it from me. I want to go ahead and let this nigga say his shit. Although I agree, I just want to hear it. You feel me? Because I feel like he gets overlooked. He went into TV and film. That was a lot more lucrative for him. You know, the music he's been dropping as of late, or I won't even say as of late, because his new album, Force, wasn't bad. Didn't care for all the beats on there, but the rapping he did on there was actually pretty good. The fact that he was able to go bar for bar with Eminem, and we know Eminem has a tendency to over rap, and they went back and forth and did they shit, and it wasn't like, damn, LL is just getting leaps and bounds outdone. Like, they really crafted that to where it's like, damn, this is high level rap, and LL is actually hanging in there with this nigga. So you gotta salute that. This motherfucker in his damn near 60 doing that, out rapping you young motherfuckers. I'm gonna say you young motherfuckers. He ain't out rapping me. But all love though. So let's go ahead and pull up LL, man.
You know, I'm gonna say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are gonna wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are gonna say that. They're gonna say, yo, they're gonna look and they're gonna say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. They're gonna say when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love shit. When it comes to the bad boy vibe, they're gonna realize, oh, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before it was done. When it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're gonna say, yo, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're gonna say when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam. They're gonna say, well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it comes to the solo artist, gonna say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world. Like, I mean, I could go on and on and on. They're gonna say, yo, when it comes to the FUBU, yo, this guy introduced the whole idea of putting clothing lines. Even before that, he did Troop. When they say, oh, when it comes to endorsements, oh, this is the guy who did the Kango and made the Kango popular before people even did that. When they talk about television, they're gonna say, oh, this is the guy who did the credible stuff on TV and at the same time was still making credible records and wasn't just doing TV and using rap as a launch pad. When it comes to business, they're gonna say, wow, like I could go on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's why in a lot of ways, it's hard for me to get into the movie thing, honestly, sincerely, and I mean this sincerely, and it's like, that's why it's not really that interesting for me because I'm doing so much and I've done so much for the culture that it's almost like it's unfathomable. I mean, Run DMC wasn't even on Def Jam, bro.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Biggie made Going Back to Cali because, you know, I made the song first.
Yeah.
You know? Like these guys, like every artist that you can name, the biggest artists, the billionaire artists were launched on the label that I launched.
Yeah, and even
no, but seriously, like I mean, these names, like the biggest names in hip hop that come from the '90s, and I'm saying this with love. I'm not trying to be funny style. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I really sincerely. I'm just saying, when you look at you take guys like Jay, these guys were launched off of Def Jam. That's the label I birthed. You talk about these guys like Kanye and all the things he's done. They were launched on a label that I birthed. Like, you can't, like, so it's like when I look at it really when I look at the epicenter of what it really is, come on, bro. Like it's almost unfathomable.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be, and I'm honestly, sincerely, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I just really believe that. So it's like, when I look at it for what it is factually, it's almost like, how do you make a movie about that? How do you make a movie about that? Like
maybe a TV show with
maybe
different seasons. Maybe a movie will not be enough. Yeah.
C'est la vie.
So
c'est la vie.
To end this discussion, based on what you just say, can we just say that you're the GOAT?
No,
no,
because that's still subjective. Okay. Because there's still a kid. The Tupac album is the most important album to them, and that changed their life. There's still a kid who thinks Snoop made the records, and it changed their life. Yeah. There's still a kid that loves Biggie or loves Nas for their music, and they should and have the right to do that. Do I call myself GOAT on the record? Yes, of course. I will say a lot of things on a record. It's just like swinging punches in the ring or kicking a soccer ball on the field or shooting a basketball on the court. Yes, on the record, I will say GOAT, I'm this, I'm that, I will say all that. Off the record, no. Because off the record, and when I say off the record, I mean outside of being on the mic as an MC, there are too many important rappers that have done too many important things for me to try to, you know, claim that I'm the one. I can't do that. I would never do that. But as an MC,
yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. GOAT all day.
I respect that from LL, man. Even down to like delineating the GOAT thing from like saying it on a song versus the people dictating who the GOAT is, because without him saying it, nobody else, you know what I mean? Nobody else thought of it. That was his term. He put out the GOAT album and that became the thing. You know what I'm saying? 4, 3, 2, 1, LL Cool J, nigga, the greatest of all time. Of course, other motherfuckers have come in and done it. You might say this person was more lyrical, right? On one hand. You might say, oh, this person came in and sold more records than him. All right. Somebody may say, oh, this person came in and was more, I don't know, whatever you want to throw into the mix. But he was like the original all-star MC. That is indisputable, right? He was the new nigga when Run DMC was the shit, and I do believe he was actually putting pen to paper for them niggas at once upon a time, right? So he comes in, gets his shit popping, and he has the look, he has the sound, he's got the energy. He was one of the niggas that came in, when I'm alone in my room. What? Niggas wasn't making songs like that. He did that shit with a bold face. He was the ladies' record. You know what I'm saying? Who was doing that? Niggas say, oh, LL, you know what I mean? Battle tested, battled Kumo D. He battled some other niggas back then too. I mean, y'all might say, oh, who's Kumo D? Well, Kumo D was one of the niggas of the time. Right? Plus Kumo D had a battle record of his own outside of music where he was bodying niggas on stage battling in real life, in venues, in front of a crowd. So he had that history to where he was like that untouchable nigga of the time, and LL came in, bust his ass. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of took over, you know what I mean, all the category. Niggas say, oh, LL has reinvented himself like 4, 5 times in a 40-year career. He done had moments where niggas say he fell off in the 80s. He came back, I'm bad. Call it a, you know what I'm saying? Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Mama said knock you out. That was a comeback moment. Niggas like, damn, what happened? Ran shit for a minute. Niggas say, oh, okay, you get the advent of the 90s. The flow start changing. We got the niggas that's influenced by Rakim and Kool G Rap. So Nas come in, reinvents the style, the more compound syllable rhyming shit. LL wasn't really that dude with the compound syllable rhyming shit. He had to reinvent himself. Coming into the 90s, he came back again and was doing his shit and was up there with the top niggas. So every era, you go to the 2000s, he was getting older. He had done movies and TV, comes back. Goddamn, I'm gonna you Adam. But I can't see you bouncing with somebody else. Like, nigga, y'all can say what y'all want about motherfucking Headsprung, who call him Big Ellie, Big Silly, Big Willie. Shit, I bet you know who do call him that, his wife. That was a banger of a song too. While niggas try to play with it today, you take this shit back to like 2004. Headsprung, when that beat come on, see if motherfucker wasn't moving ass. Y'all niggas like to discredit people. I don't like that shit. Not when motherfuckers really put foot to pavement out here. You could discredit these other little niggas that had a year or two. And I wouldn't even discredit them. They deserve they shine too for the year or two that they fucked around and did something. You know? But we talking about a 40-year career with a new album in 2024, and he's still rapping at a high level. The proclivity shit with Sweetie, I wasn't into that. I ain't gonna lie. But he had a few records on there that I was like, damn, LL still doing his shit. You know? So he was one of the first to do everything. Brand deal. Without him, without brand deals being introduced into the game. Now, of course, you got Run DMC with the Adidas shit, but that nigga was right there with Troop, right there with Kango. He had the Gap endorsement where he wore the fucking FUBU. This nigga was wearing FUBU in a Gap commercial and launched their brand. Come on, man. Come on, man. Doing it well. Are we playing? Are we fucking around or are we not? I seen somebody say LL Cool J got like 6 good songs. Nigga, 6 good songs? What? That's how I know you niggas been conceived out of a fucking portal. Like, what are we talking about? So some people may not like that he come out and say that with full confidence, full head of steam to say he's the most important rapper. I'll take him saying most important over the GOAT. Because if we're going off of lyrical ability, he might not be my GOAT, right? But most important, most influential, I would probably put him up there. Some people may debate Tupac. Cool. I think there's more people that wanted to rap like Tupac subsequently, you know, but there was once upon a time where every kid coming up that turned into a star looked up to LL as one of their pillars as well. So it gets tricky. But this is where I challenge people to go back in time, study the history, study where this stuff came from, rather than just live in the moment. Living in the moment is excellent. It's great. But when we're talking about a genre that's had so many twists and turns, different moments, different highs, different lows, different peaks, so many pioneers within it, it should be a prerequisite that to talk about this shit or engage with it or even become a rapper, you should have to like know something about where this thing comes from. You know what I'm saying? Because in any other formally trained type of music, you have to learn the classics first. You don't become a composer just doing piano, just learning the piano riffs of Glorilla song. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. That could be a part of it, you know, to keep you engaged. Like, hey, you could learn the chords of your favorite new songs. But your ass gonna go back to goddamn Mozart. Your ass finna go back to, you know what I'm saying? All the shit. And then work your way up. You become a guitarist, you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to learn some classic shit in order to be a part of it, to engage with it. You become a drummer, there's gonna be a long list of classic drum breaks and different time signatures and shit that you're gonna have to learn that don't come from the year of 2024 in order for you to be educated in that space. I really wish hip hop had that. Even with vocalists, you're gonna learn techniques that go back many years to even become an effective vocalist. You can sing out your ass and go in the studio. And a lot of artists nowadays, you know, they may get a hit and then what do? They get signed up with a vocal coach. They get signed up with a vocal producer who teaches you how to sing in the context of a record, not just getting on a track and singing what's on the paper, but this is here, sing it this way. Here, sing it this way. Here, sing it this way. And here's examples. Look at these artists. Look at Toni Braxton. Look at this one. Look at Beyonce. Look at motherfucking Shaka Khan. Look at, you know what I'm saying? You're going to go back and say, hey, this is where this came from. Check it out. See how she did it. Or this person did it. And then get involved with the shit. I really would like that to be something implemented in hip hop. It never probably will be. But I wish that when we talk about gatekeepers, that's where we need gatekeepers. We don't need gatekeepers over like kids being able to get a fucking mic. If a nigga got $200 for Christmas and they say I'm gonna spend that shit on the most affordable mic that I can get, we can't control no shit like that. Right? But a label that's interested in that kid becoming an artist should be able to say, hey, great job. Now, before we actually put an album out on you, let's show you where this thing came from. Let's make sure that you're well versed in this thing so that if we put you in the studio with a reputable producer that's going to require you to do things outside of just what you know how to do, you're not just sitting there looking like a brat with your face turned upside down. Nah, nigga, this is a business. This is something that we would like to create longevity with you with. So yeah, you're gonna have to learn some shit. Oh, you thought you thought that you was skipping college. You thought you wasn't gonna have to have no sort of education in order to have a successful life. Nah, nigga, you gonna have to learn something. LL Cool J should be required fucking learning. Again, not the only, but up there. So I respect him coming out and putting it all on the table, because him saying that with a straight face, being dead ass serious, I'm quite sure is going to influence somebody to go back and say, well, let me go see what he's all about. Let me check out his discography. Let me go fact check all the things he said in that. Is that real? Was he one of the first artists with a brand deal? Was he this? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people know him from fucking, what's that goddamn show? CSI or whatever the fuck he's doing. He was doing a few years ago. One of them shits. Yeah, that's great. But that nigga had a whole life, a whole goddamn saga, couple sagas of being one of the biggest stars on the planet. And I think he deserves his credit, his flowers. He deserves all of it. And then what Kendrick said, I deserve it. Oh. Yeah, so does he. Some people feel like he's salty with Jay-Z. Maybe he is, you know. But they have a relationship that has nothing to do with me. So if they got a problem or they got a, you know what I mean, whatever, that's for them. He kind of was a form of Jay-Z before Jay-Z. So I ain't going to be mad at that nigga. Right? I don't know if he wanted that president position in 2004 or whatever the shit that Hove ended up getting, or 05, 06. You know? He didn't like how homie handled his album. He has issues I ain't got nothing to do with. But I think he should be touted in that conversation as one of the most important. It just is what it is. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. But I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.